You know that moment when you've been stuck on a part in a game for a couple minutes or a couple hours? When you've been staring at a puzzle or a situation and have said, "I don't know what you want from me, game." That moment when you've tried everything your little brain can think of and still can't progress. Then somehow your brain chemistry works in a different way and you go, "No shit, is that what I'm supposed to do?" You pick up that piece or move that block or choose that item and go, "Aha! I did it! You game, I have bested you." That's what's called the aha moment. The golden moment in gaming when you figure it out. Remember that stupid "sex is great but" hashtag that was going around on Twitter about a month ago? Well, hashtag "sex is great but" have you ever figured out that dumb scale puzzle in the Temple of Time in Twilight Princess? Oh, you can just throw the little horn-faced rock things up onto the other scale? I wish I would have tried that 2 hours ago. These moments were a big factor on why I never finished games as a kid. I never had the patience or the forethought for them. I'd get stuck and move on to another game. But recently I've been replaying a lot of these games and the satisfaction of figuring this out is euphoric. This mechanic is usually found in puzzle games, but has been used in other genres. But the games that are fresh on the mind for me are the Zelda games. Right now I'm playing through Twilight Princess, and every time I play through a Zelda game, I'm reminded of these magical moments. We're seeing these moments less and less in modern games. As games focus more on bigger worlds, 10-year plans, and multiplayer, we're seeing less focus on these smaller, more thought-out moments. These moments take smart people to make. It's easy to just have to push a box onto a button to open a door, but to creatively design a set of steps to achieve the same thing is so much more effective. Too often, games waste your time with uninspired game lengtheners. These happen when developers try to create these moments the easy way. Think about how many times you've come across this scenario. Main character, the power to the facility has been shut off. Unless you find a battery to power the generator, you won't be able to move forward in the game. So it takes you 2 seconds to find the thing laying on the ground and you pick it up. Problem is, this battery is the heaviest thing ever produced by man. So you pick it up and it's seemingly so heavy your movement speed slows down to a crawl. So now you gotta lug this stupid thing around painfully slow through a set of rooms to insert it into the generator. But, uh-oh, here comes some bad guys. Now of course this thing's so heavy you can't use your weapons, so now you gotta put it down, clear the room, go back, pick it up, and repeat this process till you make it to the destination. Thanks game, you just intentionally wasted my time. This segment wasn't fun, this segment wasn't challenging, it was just put there to slow you down and make a simple task take 10 times longer. The core thing that makes an aha moment so effective is discovery. These scenarios should make you go, okay, what am I supposed to do here? They make you assess everything in the environment. They make you look at the set of tools you have and go, okay, what do I have that can benefit me in this situation? Another key part of this process is failure. Okay, that didn't work. What if I try this? And even though there's a predetermined solution, the game makes you feel like you truly discovered it on your own. A game that took this idea and used it in a different way was Halo. But instead of a solution, it was just presenting you with pieces and it was up to you to create this puzzle. Metal Gear Solid 5 was another game that did this, but there it presented you with hundreds of solutions to the puzzle and limited puzzle pieces, and you could do anything you could think of to get to the end result. We've seen this simple mechanic turn into an entire genre. The Sandbox. Just like the name implies, imagine you're a kid in a sandbox. And the sandbox is the game. All it ever is or will be is right in front of you. Now, tools are periodically dropped into your sandbox. Okay, now you have a shovel. Now you can dig in the sand. Now you have one of those plastic castle molds. Now you can use the shovel to pack the sand into the mold to create a sandcastle. Now, here's a bucket of water. Now you can use the shovel to pack the sand into the mold, then use the water to dampen the sand to create an even better sandcastle. Every time something is introduced, it should make how you interact with the previous items change. Now, you're creating these aha moments for yourself. Now, why are these moments so important? Well, it's because they're so engrossing. They cause you to have a real conversation with the game. Now, I could also talk about how they are good for the brain, especially when it comes to developing and exercising problem-solving skills. But that's boring. To me, it's all about the feeling you get from achieving success. It's similar to beating that one boss you've been stuck on for days, or that feeling of finding out who the killer was on that show. It's like the whole premise of comedy. The reason why we find something funny is because the punchline is often so unexpected. Here's an example. How do you stop a baby from going in circles? Nail its other hand to the floor. Now, I've always liked puzzle games and those wire puzzles and riddles because as a kid, I was introduced to the satisfaction of finding a solution to a problem through games. Now, I couldn't always figure them out back then, so going back and solving them now just makes me feel like I have grown, like I have learned, and that is so important. These are skills we should all have, for work, for relationships, and just everyday life. I love the challenge of figuring something out. I've learned not to be intimidated by a problem and face it head on, to not be afraid of failure because failure is part of finding the solution. These moments in games have made me actively search out discovery. So, what have you discovered today?